We are powerful beyond measures. We are powerful beyond measures. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Marianne, Williamson. On a rainy Thursday, with the cord wrapped around my neck, a C-section baby was born on November the 12th. Born in Newport News, Virginia, otherwise known as Bad News, the fatherless son was named Richard, to not be racially identified. My first few weeks of life, we lived in inefficiency, and later we moved to Dixon Court. Dixon Court, now destroyed because of gentrification, was once a war zone due to the crack epidemic and Ronald Reagan's war on drugs. My mother, Paula Joycelyn Jowers, was born in 1962, and she later passed in 2016 at the age of 53. She died from lung cancer. She was a very good mother. She tried to look out for us and protect us as much as she could. She suffered from alcoholism and substance abuse. She had ran away from home at 13, so that was her coping mechanism for dealing with stress. My mother was the only parent I had. I never met my father or knew who he was, but I think it made me a better person. I think growing up, not having expectations from someone else besides my mother made me a stronger person. My brother, Daryl Eugene Booth, was born 8 years after me. He is now incarcerated for 30 years for murder. On Christmas Day, before my brother's first birthday, my mother was shot in the leg by a 9mm for $20 in pamper money. Growing up, my role models were Chris and Q, my cousins. They were later portrayed to be the drug kingpins of Newport News and did federal time, but they would never allow me to be in the streets or do anything that they did. During my childhood, my family and I lived in homeless shelters, in cars, hotels, and whatever Section 8 would allow us to. We always ate well, whether it be from food stamps or dumpster diving for recently expired items. Being homeless on and off, or not having electricity, or moving gave me an opportunity to learn about different things. I read a lot of books and played sports at 4 different high schools. I completed the Coast Guard AIM program. I played football in college. I have a master's and I am in a doctoral program. I am licensed to teach in several states. One thing I'll always remember is Langston Hughes, Mother to Son. And it goes, "Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It has tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I've been climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn your back. Don't you sit down on the steps cause you find it's kinda hard. Don't you fall now, for I still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair."